Well, Jackstraw has a new record, and what is it about this time?
Well, it's been about 6 years since we put out an album. This one is all original material, and we have a new banjo player with us, Corey Goldman, and yeah, it's primarily all material, or it is all material written by Darren Craig and David Pugh in the band. There's some fiddle on it. David hasn't played fiddle in a long time, and he's playing some fiddle. And I have some really interesting kind of instrumentals and vocal tunes and some different kind of things that we haven't done before. Played it all live, recorded a tape, did it at Type Foundry Studios. So.
Why did you do it that way?
Well, we've been a band for about 14 years,
yeah.
So our last album, Rubber Wheels, we tracked that one in an interesting way where we did all the instruments and then did the vocals separate. And so we wanted to get kind of, just experiment with kind of more of a, I don't know, like a rock or pop process as far as getting a more upfront sound on the vocals. And it was good to do, and I liked the way the album came out and everything, but it just, it's, after being a band for so long, we know how to play from start to finish on songs, so, and, all in the same room together, so we really went at it that way this time. So.
Well, I wish everyone could experience that kind of thing where you've been together for 14 years and you're so tight with each other musically. Must be pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's once you, I don't know, I guess it's kind of hard to say what it's like when you're in it.
Yeah.
But it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable to play, and you don't really worry about anybody else in the band next to you playing, like, I wonder if we're going to make it through this tune all right, or,
Yeah.
It's just different, each time you play, people kind of feel, I think, freer to play different things after that much time.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Is the band still touring a lot?
Yeah, actually, we just got back from doing quite a bit. We did the IBMA in Nashville, which is the International Bluegrass Music Association. We hadn't been there in a number of years, and our booking agent asked us to come out, and so we did some showcases there, let people know that our new album's coming out, and then came home for a little bit, for about a week, and then went out again and did shows in Indiana, Missouri, and Kansas, and came home from that. And yeah, I think we're going to plan some stuff in February, going down to California, and probably do some more, East Coast, Midwest, things like that this coming year.
Yeah. How big is the bluegrass scene now? I know it sort of comes and goes in popularity. Where is it these days?
I don't have actually a really great pulse on what it is in Portland, because well,
you're it, aren't you?
Well, I don't know I know that there's a lot of offshoots, like some kind of like old time bands and bluegrass bands and things like that. That play around town, but it certainly seems like the old time music has risen up a lot more than bluegrass.
Yeah.
When we first started playing, there's bands around that we used to play with, 78 RPM out of Seattle, and lots of different bands around here. But yeah, it ends up being that we just kind of get outside of Portland a lot to play, and it's certainly very alive in places like Indiana and where Bill Monroe's from, and all these different things.
Yeah.
But it's I think that in Portland, playing around, people still really appreciate it in that way.
Did you ever, when you guys started out, or even now, you ever get, wait a minute, you guys are from Oregon?
Yeah.
How come you're playing bluegrass?
Yeah. Very, very much so.
Really?
It's very, very prevalent when you go to the South.
Do you still think you feel like you have something to prove when you go to those places?
Not so much as prove as as maybe not align ourselves so tightly to the term bluegrass, you know, as to where we like bluegrass and we like old time music and we like all kinds of music, and what we play is, you know, our style of, I guess you would put it in under that, you know, emblem of bluegrass, but no, you know, I feel more comfortable now going to those places because it's very clear that we're not just a bluegrass band, so you're not kind of in the firing range of proving, you know, we don't have the three-piece suits, we don't have the gospel numbers, you know, all these things that kind of become kind of classic. Sorry about my cat.
Oh, that's okay. Whoops. So you're in 80 million other bands, aren't you?
Yeah. Well,
start with Kung Pao Chickens.
Yeah, the Kung Pao Chickens, which is a jazz group.
Yeah.
And
still every
Monday. Yeah. It's been, I think, 9 years now or 10 years.
That's amazing.
Jackstraw's played at the same place for 12 or 13 years now. And then I play another group called Come Gather Round Us, which is kind of a folk group with Mike Danner and Sebastian Rogers and Catherine Feeney, and we've gone to Europe quite a bit together. And then I play with another band I've been a fan of for a long time and finally got to be able to play with them, DeLorean. And we just did some traveling over in Europe as well this year. And I'm also playing with a guy named Garrett Brennan, and his band is called the Great Salt Licks, and I'm one of the Great Salt Licks. And most recently I've been playing with Martha Scanlon quite a bit. And then also a band called Black Prairie, which is kind of a, well, the best way to explain it is there's accordion, I play archtop guitar, upright bass, violin, and dobro, and dobro player also plays auto harp and ukulele. And
there's some Decemberists in that band, huh?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah,
3 of them, and Annalisa Tornfeld as well. So Chris, Nate, and Jenny from the Decemberists. We recorded a last album last year for Sugar Hill Records, and we're getting ready to record quite a bit more this year. And we're actually scoring music for a play going to be shown in April this year at the Oregon Children's Theater.
What is it?
It's called The Storm in the Barn, and it's a story of the 30s, the Dust Bowl in Kansas, and kind of a little boy's redemption on, you know, trying to make his dad be proud of him, and you know, finding the ring with the Storm King and all this and that. So it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what track should we let some people listen to from the new Jackstraw?
Well, I think that the one that seems to be really grabbing a lot of people right off the bat is the first one, which is why we put it first. Is it's called "Come On Back to Me," and that's one written by David Pugh, and he's the mandolin player.
Well, you can listen to it just below the screen.
Fantastic.